So my hope is that at the end of 15 minutes, there's something that you guys can take away from how I lead my life, how I approach my life. And if even a small part of that can help you, it would have made my morning. I am from New Delhi. I'm in Delhi right now in my house. I am 50 years old. I was born and brought up in Delhi, school in Delhi, and university in the US. Then my master's, and then I've been in the Orient Bell tile business for more than 2 decades. So let's dive right in. As I mentioned to you, I don't do this professionally, and I do get a lot of requests to address teams. And to be very honest with you, I decline most of them. This is the second time I'm doing this. And to be honest, the reason that I have done this, I don't know Taranjeet really. I just know him from maybe a 15-minute video call that we did a few days ago.
Yes, sir. Yes.
So the reason I agreed to do this is because I really loved what Taranjeet told me about the business that you guys are in. I am absolutely clueless about your business. That's not my domain. So I'm obviously not here to talk to you about the agri-business and how you guys are going to take steps to disrupt it. I've understood very little. But whatever I understood, I loved hearing. And that is one of the reasons I'm here. So let me begin why that was a trigger for me. So all of you in this room are in the middle of an opportunity, an incredible opportunity, the way I looked at it. But what I've learned in life is that every opportunity is also a privilege. It's a privilege granted to you. If you were around 20 years ago, ये opportunity नहीं होती. 10 साल बाद हो सकता है someone else would have done this already. So for this to be a real opportunity, you have to be where you have to be at the right time, at the right place, with the right group of people, in the right domain. A lot of things have to fall in place. But also, every opportunity comes with a privilege. So it's an opportunity, it's a privilege. But every privilege comes with a responsibility. This is something I believe in very strongly. Every opportunity is a privilege, but every privilege comes with a responsibility. And if you do not discharge your responsibility, karma will make sure you will lose the privilege.
Absolutely, sir. Absolutely, sir.
Karma is something that is non-negotiable. You can negotiate with your team members, you can negotiate with your boss, you can negotiate with yourself. But karma does not discriminate. The way the universe works does not discriminate. It treats everyone equally. So if you do not discharge your responsibility, you will lose that privilege, hence the opportunity. So that is point one. Opportunity, privilege, responsibility. You don't discharge your responsibility, you will lose that privilege. That is number one. Number two, every opportunity in this world comes with an invisible timestamp. I'm saying invisible because you don't know what that timestamp is today. Maybe AgNext opportunity is a month, maybe it's a decade, I don't know. But 100% there is a timestamp on it.
Absolutely, sir.
And we are, every second, even these 15 minutes, are taking away from that timestamp. अगर आपके पास 1 साल है तो इस टॉक के बाद 1 साल में 15 मिनट आप घटा सकते हैं. So we have to understand that we have to discharge our responsibilities knowing there is a finite amount of time we have for any opportunity. Many times it is human nature to get complacent. हम भूल जाते हैं that our most perishable commodity in the world is time. You cannot hold it. You cannot buy it, no matter how much wealth you have. In fact, this is a very famous quote that Warren Buffett said, that I have everything, but no matter how much wealth I have, I can't buy time, I can't hoard time, I can't store time, I can't reverse time. Therefore, it's very important that I use my time. So the first point I wanted to drive is responsibility. Without that, the opportunity means nothing. It's just a nice, sexy business plan on the basis of which we can raise money and make plans. उससे उसके आगे कुछ नहीं. Okay. Point number 2. How do we make sure that we are discharging our responsibility? What are some traits? There are many traits we can incorporate in life. Many. And the remaining 10 minutes are not enough to discuss more than one of them. So I'll just focus on one. The one that I apply to my life every day to the best that I can. And that trait is discipline. Discipline is very important. All of us have heard it. It's very cliched, discipline. But I want to talk about something that discipline helps you achieve. And what I'm going to tell you that discipline helps you achieve is a lowest common denominator of every successful human being on this planet. What discipline helps you achieve is something called delayed gratification.
Absolutely.
Some of you may have heard of it, some of you may have not. I'll take a couple of minutes to explain what that means. Delayed gratification. Delayed gratification very simply means that I'm willing to give up what is going to make me feel good instantly with the knowledge and the intelligence that I will feel better later. I'll give you 2-3 very practical examples. Let me take this morning. Today morning, I had an alarm for 5 a.m. Why did I have an alarm for 5 a.m.? Because at 5 a.m., I have to go eat some supplements because of my physical goal that I have on an empty stomach. Once I eat those, within 15 minutes, I have to go to my meditation room and sit in meditation for 65 minutes. That takes me to about 6:30, 6:40. Then I have to go out and execute a run workout. That takes me to about 7:45. Then I have to come back, I have to rest, I have to take it easy for a little bite, calm myself down, have a shower, deal with some of my own work so that I can be with all of you at 9:30. This was my morning until now. Now, what is delayed gratification? Delayed gratification is when that alarm rang in the morning, please believe me, I did not want to get out of bed. What would have made me feel good instantly is to stay in bed for another 20 minutes. That would have been instant gratification. And this is what comes easy for us. You don't need discipline for instant gratification because that is what the body and the mind wants. Instantly, मुझे जो मिले मैं खुश हो जाऊंगा. But I had to fight that. I had to overcome it. That requires discipline. There is a word that I'm not very fond of because it's thrown around a lot, and that word is motivation. It is important, but I'm not the biggest fan because सुबह 5 बजे मुझे कौन आएगा मोटिवेट करने? किसके खोज में मैं मोटिवेट हूंगा जिससे मैं बिस्तर से निकल पाऊं? Madhur Daga has to motivate himself. That is called discipline. Self-motivation and discipline to me are synonyms. They are synonymous. So now that I woke up on time, took my supplements, did my meditation, executed my workout, rested, and I'm with you, guess how I'm feeling right now? On top of the world. Much better than I would have felt had I spent 20 minutes more in bed rushing everything. That is why delayed gratification is very, very essential for us in our daily lives. Now, I'm sure all of you can apply your mind and think how many times as human beings, going with the nature that we have, we all choose instant gratification more than delayed. If we can start choosing delayed gratification more than instant, success has to come our way. Another great example of that is nutrition. Now, why will I talk to you about nutrition? I'm someone who believes, even in my company, we have 1,200 employees, and I talk to them once a month in a town hall. I always tell them, I believe the way you lead your personal life is a proxy to how you will lead your professional life. If you cannot take care of yourself, how can I expect you to take care of my company? That's my philosophy. Some people agree, some people don't. It's okay. But मेरा कर्तव्य मैं बताता हूं, this is what I feel. So the ultimate form of self-respect, self-love, self-care is to take care of you. When you can take care of you, you are in better shape to take care of things around you. All of you may have heard this saying, you cannot pour from an empty cup. अगर आपकी प्याली में पानी नहीं है तो आप प्यासे को क्या दोगे? विपश्यना में हमें सिखाते हैं, जो मेरा मेडिटेशन जो मैं करता हूं, लंगड़ा दूसरे को क्या सहायता दे सकता है रोड क्रॉस करने में, एक अंधा दूसरे को क्या सहायता दे सकता है. यू हैव टू बी सेल्फ सफिशिएंट फर्स्ट before you can help others. So even professionally, if you want to discharge your duties day in and day out in a healthy way, in a sustainable way, you have to take care of you. That takes delayed gratification. Example, nutrition. I am on a very tight nutrition plan, very, very tight. I am on 1587 calories. Why? Because as a human being, I measure everything. My father taught me this 30 years ago. What you cannot measure, you can never improve. तो मैं बिजनेस में भी यही करता हूं, अपने लाइफ में भी यही करता हूं. Now, an example of delayed gratification. Yesterday, I took 6 people of my home staff. I took 6 of my home staff, 2 chauffeurs, 2 maids, 2 guards. I took them for a movie. I took them to see Pathan.
Amazing.
Okay? But before I took them to see Pathan, I took them to McDonald's, which is right next to the theater. I wanted them to enjoy their food. अब आप लोगों में से किनको ये लगता होगा कि मैं वहां बैठ करके फ्रेंच फ्राइज को नहीं देख रहा हूं, मेरे मुंह से पानी गिर रहा है. वो लोग बर्गर खा रहे हैं, फ्रेंच फ्राइज खा रहे हैं, कोक खा रहे हैं, मुझे भी चाहिए यार. ऑफ कोर्स आई वांटेड. डिलेड ग्रेटिफिकेशन. इंस्टेंटली तो बहुत आसान है. अच्छा अभी खा लूंगा, बाद में थोड़ा वर्कआउट और कर लूंगा. दैट इज इंस्टेंट ग्रेटिफिकेशन. तो मैंने नहीं खाया. And I felt so happy when I gave a report to my coach. I went there. I felt very happy for them. They had. I didn't touch it. I felt amazing. So, mind, body, fuel is how I lead my life. Mind includes my meditation, my work, my relationships, my community. I try to have discipline. Now, am I flawless? Do I not break it? Of course I break it. My rule is 80-20. If 80% of the time you can adhere to delayed gratification, you are way ahead of the curve.
Amazing.
100% कुछ ज्यादा हो जाता है. Put so much pressure on yourself. हम अपने आप की निंदा करने लग जाते हैं. अरे यार मैं ये नहीं कर पाया. You start demotivating yourself. If 80% of the time you are on track, you are way ahead of the curve. Mind, with my work, with my meditation, with my relationships, with my community, my running community, my family, XYZ, 80%. Mind के बाद आता है body. I exercise 6 days a week. I make sure I am disciplined. I use this as an example in my work. I am an Ironman 70.3. I became an Ironman 70.3 in Goa on 13th of November, which means I swam 1.9 kilometers in the open water. After that, I did a bike cycle for 90 kilometers. After that, I ran a half marathon, 21.1 kilometers. I'm 50. Why did I do that? Because I trained for it. तो कैसे नहीं था ये? One of my favorite sayings in English, and I hope you guys can remember this: you don't rise to the level of your expectations. You fall to the level of your training. This you must apply everywhere in life, including AgNext. You will not rise to the level of your business plan. You will not rise to the level of your forecasts of revenue, P&L, PAT, EBITDA, margins. No. You will fall to the level of what you do. If you do everything, that level will equate. If you don't,
Amazing.
that's how I run my life. Am I doing the best I can? Now, despite doing the best you can, is it guaranteed you will get the results? No. That's karma. We have to understand that. We are not entitled to anything. We are entitled to work. I know I don't want to sound very philosophical, but after doing meditation, I've understood the Gita even better. I've now understood really जो भगवान कृष्ण अर्जुन को क्या बोल रहे थे कि हमारा काम है कर्तव्य करना, और अगर हम कर्तव्य करते रहेंगे, karma will be your friend. If not today, tomorrow. If not tomorrow, day after tomorrow. But it will. That is where 80% of the time delayed gratification and discipline helps. So, what I want to leave you guys with is this. I think all of you are very privileged to be in a team led by Taranjeet in the sector at this time. All of this 10 years ago could have been meaningless. All of this 20 years later could be meaningless. I don't know.
Absolutely.
But right now it has meaning. That is why all of you guys are here. Please remember there is an invisible timestamp to this. Practice delayed gratification 80% of the time. It's not easy. Time लगता है. You have to be aware. देखो मैं यदि ये करूंगा तो मुझे अच्छा लगेगा. अगर मैंने ये रिपोर्ट नहीं बनाई, अगर मैंने ये मेजर नहीं किया, अगर मैंने आज नहीं किया, पर चलो अगर मैं करूंगा तो 3 घंटे बाद मुझे कितना अच्छा लगेगा. That is how you have to think. And believe me, if you experience delayed gratification 2-3 times, it's a wonderful feeling. And instant gratification usually leads to regret. Usually, अरे यार मुझे ये नहीं करना चाहिए था, मुझे वो नहीं खाना चाहिए था, मुझे ये नहीं करना चाहिए था, मुझे वो डेडलाइन को स्किप नहीं करना चाहिए था. You have to self-motivate this. Okay? I think as adults, it's a great quality to be self-motivated. जब बाहर से मोटिवेशन मिलती है बहुत अच्छी बात है यार, मिले. लेकिन मैंने जैसे एग्जांपल दिया 5 बजे कौन आएगा मेरे पास? अलार्म ही है और मैं और वो चद्दर है और वो ब्लैंकेट और हीटर है, हम ही हैं सब कमरे में. अगर और होगा भी तो मैं बताऊंगा नहीं आपको, बट इतने ही लोग वैसे. So basically, discipline, delayed gratification, if we can take care of this 80% of the time, I think the privilege that all of you have, you will be able to convert that into great results. And that is what I would love to, I would love to know from you, Taran, at some point, Taranjeet, that, we've been able to, get to the milestones that we want. So that's about it from me. 15 minutes is not a lot of time, but I didn't want to give too many messages. But this is the main thing I wanted to tell you guys. This is how I lead my life. And the way I lead my life is how I lead my life at home, how I lead my life at work. We are not two different people. Right. I am how I am here. I am how I am at work. It's the same. So thank you again, everyone, for listening. Taranjeet, thank you again for inviting me. And I think we are a little above 15 minutes, but I would, if anyone has any question, Taranjeet, or if you would like to ask anything or something, I'm available for a few more minutes. No problem.
Thank you so much, sir. I think we will put this. It's just amazing words of wisdom, sir. I think I will put this delayed gratification and discipline, the 2 Ds, all across the walls of our offices, because this should constant give us reminder that discipline and delayed gratification is the way to karma, is the way to success. And I think this is a great summary for not for this day or this hour. This is for I think for generations. And I would like to put this across as one of the key cornerstones of the company. And I would like to thank you so much for this, sir. And I think the most important thing that you have today taught us is follow this simple things and get to your results. The karma will find you. So I think this is the greatest learning we are taking from you. And the timing, the invisible timestamp, this will always now remain with me, sir, because this kind of was a hunch, but as you said, there is a time to everything. So it is a time for agriculture, it is a time for our team to build something for the globe. So I think I really thank you for highlighting these 3 key points for us, sir. And I think we all thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
I mean, we are much indebted to you for your kind words, sir. And anyone want to ask?
Yeah, you have enriched us in 15 minutes more than we could have got enriched by reading a book or maybe by an exam. Yeah, this was very enriching, 15 minutes sharp and crisp. Thank you once again.
And the best part is, sir, you are a real doer. What you preach is much more than what you practice. Actually, what you practice is much more than you preach, actually. So, as a CEO running such a large company, yet adhering to I would eat 1683 calories. I think this is just mind blowing, sir. And the empathy that you build for your team, taking your team out for a movie in spite of your time schedule. I mean, it's just amazing learning for us today, sir. I want all the leaders to be like that, sir.
Now we will ask him to take us to a movie now.
I know. So, there's one thing I wanted to tell you, Taranjeet. I don't want to talk about it here because I don't want to take more time, but there is one reel that I posted on Instagram a few weeks ago, maybe a couple of months ago. It's about a 500 rupee note.
Yes. Yeah.
Please find that link. I see someone nodding. I think everyone should see
I
that.
shared that with my team, sir. As soon as you released,
Okay,
I shared with
okay.
everyone.
Because that is a very powerful. That was one of the most. I was in tears when I did that because it reminded me how much we abuse time, but how important time is. And it was amazing. And so I think that taught me a lot. That doesn't mean we don't waste our time. We are human beings. But like I said, 80-20.
Yes.
80-20 is important. जो 100-0 करे बहुत अच्छी बात है. I don't aspire for that. I actually don't. Because then you're just a little too hard on yourself.
Right.
You have to still enjoy life. You can't become a robot. But 80% is amazing. It puts everyone ahead of the curve. So anyway, thank you again, everyone. And, thank you for inviting me again, Taranjeet. And I hope you have a great second day to your program.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Much gratitude, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Okay. See you guys. Bye. Enjoy.
Thank
Bye.
you, sir. How was it?